Greetings to all my brothers out there. We got to find a better way. There's rumors circulating that Remy Ma is going to be the star witness in the Fat Joe trial because of this video she recorded back in the day, basically telling on Fat Joe, Big Pun, and the Terror Squad.
In a million years, it ever crossed my mind that I would be a rapper. Like, I never tried to, never wanted to. Like, I had friends that went to talent shows and stuff like that. But I left, and the next day, I came home I went to my grandmother's house from school, and she was like, she's on the phone, she's like, what? Do you have something in your mouth, young man? I can't hear what you're saying. And like, if anybody that knows Pun, he talks like his words like really jumbled. Like, I don't know, he probably did. He used to chew rocks. Like, Pun had a very hard life too. He used to live in abandoned buildings, he told me, and he would chew rocks, like when he was hungry, just like to ease his hunger. So as a millionaire driving around in a Mercedes-Benz, he literally would have rocks in the car and like out of habit, just like chew rocks. So I'm pretty sure he probably had rocks in his mouth. And I got on the phone, he's like, yo, what building you said you live in? You live in Castle Hill, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's your building? I'm like, 2245. He's like, yo, come downstairs. So I go downstairs and he's in front of my building. And he was like, you know how to braid? I'm like, yeah. He's like, of course you know how to braid. All black girls know how to braid. Get in the car. So I'm like, okay. All black girls don't know how to braid, by the way. But I get in the car and he had me do these braids in his hand. So I'm like, where's you going with these braids? He's like, I got a video shoot. You want to come? So I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, holy shit. Like, what am I doing here? Like, no one's going to believe me. First round with Pun. He just went double platinum. Like, there's Fat Joe, there's J-Lo, like this is just crazy. And from there, he literally would call me every day, take me to the studio with him every day, gave me my own song on his album, he put me on a whole nother song, and he just like treated me like I was his family.
This is not a good look for the Terror Squad. They brought Remy Ma in fresh from elementary school. They lured her in with the black girls know how to braid hair. So she said he was living in abandoned buildings. He came up on some money, went straight to the projects, picked up a young chick from her grandmother's house. Now Olivia is lost and turned out. I don't know what to think about it, man. Birds of a feather flock together. Rest in peace to Big Pun. But they're claiming that Remy Ma could be the star witness in the Fat Joe trial. If Cassie can do it to Diddy, if she could switch up on Papoose, the man that held her down for 10 years when she was in jail, she ain't really got no loyalty to nobody. So if these rumors are true, it's going to be real crazy for the Terror Squad.
Pun had brung her. And I was like, I always wanted a female rapper. And I was like, this motherfucker found a fucking bitch I've been looking for, man. How the fuck he found her? You know what I'm saying? So
it was the first time I seen Fat Joe, so I guess Pun was the type like he'll meet a nigga and like get down with his crew like the next day. So I'm pretty sure Joe's used to meeting nondescript niggas from my door and okay, this my new rapper Remy. So Joe's like, yeah, alright, whatever, you know. I'm like, hell, like I'm already not business. This nigga shitted on me as soon as he seen me.
So boom. So then Pun comes to me, he says, yo, you like her? She said I was looking at her mean, like, you know, doing the Joe crack. So I was like, you know, meanwhile my head is racing like, Jesus Christ, this bitch, I never heard nobody like her. So Pun goes in the other room with me, he's like, yo, Chen, you like it? I'm like, yeah, I like it. He was like, yo, she's gonna be our artist. I was like, yeah? Woo, I love her now, baby, I love her.
If that's not weird, I don't know what is, y'all. Big Pun came in with a little Remy Ma. That's weird all within itself. He asked Fat Joe if he liked her. He brought her to the squad, and they agreed, yeah, that's what we want right there. Yeah, shorty, she gonna be with our squad, man. We always wanted a female rapper. A den of dudes. We ain't know that she was that type of chick until she did what she did with Papoose. And that's not something you just learn overnight. But it is what it is. They're saying that Remy Ma could possibly testify if it go that far. Me personally, I don't believe it's going to go that far. They not about to have Fat Joe plastered all over the news. You're not going to see the Dawn Cartagena going to trial over no pedo madness. Because this is the first time we ever heard something like this. But we do live in the era where people like to drag news to the max. And if this thing keep going and they keep on talking about it, it already grew legs. So if it keep on going like this, it's a possibility it will go to trial.
Bronx native rapper Fat Joe is facing explosive allegations in a $20 million lawsuit filed by his former hype man, Terrence Dixon. The 157-page complaint, which includes a trigger warning due to graphic details, accuses the artist of sexual manipulation, racketeering, and years of abuse behind his music empire. Dixon alleges Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, engaged in sex with 15 and 16-year-old girls, and even plotted to have rapper 50 Cent killed. He also claims he was coerced into sexual situations with women Fat Joe brought back to hotels. Some allegedly watched and filmed. Legal expert David Schwartz says the lawsuit could have serious legal implications beyond the civil courtroom.
But it's looking very similar to the Shawn Combs case in that it could spur on a criminal investigation into the coercion, into these acts, especially one of the allegations are some of the sexual acts they were engaged with 15-year-olds. So now you have statutory rape being alleged within the context of a civil complaint.
Schwartz says the case will depend on whether there's solid evidence to back up Dixon's claims.
If there were third parties involved, which purportedly there were, those witnesses need to be deposed and spoken to. You may have documentary evidence. You may have video evidence.
The lawsuit further claims that Dixon played a creative role in the development of several commercially successful songs, contributing lyrics, melodies, and vocals, but was allegedly denied fair compensation and excluded from receiving royalties. A lawyer for Fat Joe claims the suit is retaliation after they sued first for slandering the rapper on social media. In a statement, attorney Joseph Tacopina says the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Cartagena through lies, threats, and manufactured allegations. Tacopina adds that the allegations are complete fabrications intended to damage Fat Joe's reputation and force a settlement through public pressure.
All this is telling me is that the music industry have a major problem, because for people to take this type of news seriously lets me know that this type of stuff is going on in the entertainment world. I'm pretty sure everybody should know that by now. And if you don't, get on alert. If somebody's in the music industry or the entertainment industry, it's quite possible that they're a weirdo. And the only way you can get in the game like that is if you were part of some weird activity. Like they really got some secret hush-hush between us. Can't nobody else get money unless you moving a certain type of way. At least that's how it seems. And then you always got those people that was in the entertainment industry and just couldn't do it. You know, they didn't want to sell out. Those whistleblowers that come back and let everybody know what time it is. But I figure once you grin, you in. So even with the whistleblowers, they might not like the fact that they had to be weirdos in order to get to where they got, but they participated with it, man. Some of them people go crazy in order to keep your edge and let people know you a grimy motherfucker, man. And that's one thing about the 90s era in hip-hop. You had to be grimy, survival of the illest. And Fat Joe, he been holding it down for a long time. That flow been mean and gritty for a minute, man. You figure you gotta live up to that type of thing. How Eminem was rapping about doing his mother and all this other weird shit. People was cheering that stuff on. So when you get on the mic and spit a mean pedo rap like Biggie did back in the day, Cameron said some off the wall shit on his first album, Busta Rhymes, you name it. If you wasn't on that time and you weren't bringing that hardcore, then you just wasn't going to have a career. So a lot of these dudes are victims of their errors, and you got to prove to a nigga every now and then how nasty you is. Step up in the club with a 15-year-old, they're going to be like, that's an ill nigga. And that's what these types been wanting all of these years. So I guess you got to get in where you fit in. I ain't condoning it. I'm not saying it's right, but you know, the music industry got a whole lot of demons in it. I don't want to believe this about Fat Joe because for the longest, he been one of my favorite rappers, especially putting on for my Latin people. You know, it's not a whole bunch of rappers that stuck around as long as Fat Joe. We had Big Pun, but, you know, God rest his soul and rest in peace to him. And shout out to his family, his beautiful wife and everything, his kids. You know, he dropped some classic music, but Remy Ma do have a testimony. She was there, and hearing her account about how she met Big Pun, it got me thinking that she was doing more than just rapping, because why would they just give some random chick off the street a shot? It does happen, but it's like she hit the lottery with the Terror Squad, and they probably did her dirty. If it was like that, we gotta wait to see if she gonna take the stand. Now, she a solid chick. She ain't known to be no snitch, but we live in a different era. You get applauded for being a hoe. You get applauded for being a punk. You get applauded for being a snitch. So she might just do it for the culture. I don't know, man. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Oh, I got so much love for y'all. Yo, Big Pun, you're innocent until proven guilty. I ain't saying he guilty. Like, I don't believe none of it. I think people just saying stuff because that's the climate we in and people trying to get money. But he is an old head. And a lot of them dudes from the 80s, they wasn't living right. Still ain't living right. They still got them old habits. My era, we like older chicks. They era, they like younger chicks. So you really can't put nothing past nobody regardless of what era they come from. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. For my brothers out there, we got to find a better way, man. I got so much love for y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to holler at y'all on my next video.